Hey guys, right here I have an awesome case to unbox. And here is the case. So we can take all this stuff out. There we go. And it's ready to go. So what are we looking when we're looking for cases? So the first thing that you have to watch for is the corners. You need that extra padding on the corners. It's always the corners. Whenever you drop your iPad, for some reason, the corners are the thing that hits the most. The second thing is the cutout. You need to see the cutout that's not getting in the way of your camera. And you need to see this stuff right here, so that nothing gets in the way of your speakers or your connections. So that's a good thing about this case. Now I've had Poetic cases from before, but I've never had this one exactly. So this one's new to me. And I can tell you that all of this feels like rubber. So that's a good thing. Everything should feel like rubber, really. And it feels pretty sleek. I do like the design. It's actually a darker black than what you guys see on screen. So right now that I'm looking at my screen, this actually looks a little bit more gray for some reason. So it is a little bit darker than what you guys are looking. Anyways, I do have an iPad 12.9 inch right now that I'm gonna insert here so you guys can see how it looks inside the case. So let's just open this up and put the case. And there is an insert for the Apple Pencil right here, which some of you might buy. So it is good that we have that insert right there. Anyways, let's just take our iPad and put it right here so we can see that nothing gets in the way. All right, so with iPads, it's the same thing when it comes down to cases with iPhones. What I look for, let me just turn that off, is the corners. So what I mean by that is the edges, actually, not the corners, but the edges. The edges of your case should go above your screen just a little bit. So if you ever drop it, what hits the ground is supposed to be your case and not your screen. So the case itself does go above the screen just a tad, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Now when it comes down to the ports, I can see that these are free, so perfect. Now something else I have to test out is the volume keys. So these, if I press them, yeah, it's working just fine. On the top of the case, it's perfect that they made these inserts, plus this right here, and the power. So that's supposed to work, and it works just fine. Let me just swipe up again. And on the other side, you might see that cutting. So at this point, I do have access to all my ports and everything. Plus, I can insert an Apple Pencil right here that you can push up. That's why there's this cutting here. So that way you can just push it up whenever you want to snap it out of the case. I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit more just so you guys can see better and show you that with this case, we can place this, at 3 different levels. So I can snap it in there. I'm saying snap it in there, but it's not really snapping, it's staying there. I guess the most comfortable position would be around there, and this one goes just fine as well. So it's something else that's useful when you're looking at cases like this one versus other ones that I've reviewed before from Poetic, where you don't have this. Anyways, the case, this is how it looks like when it's all closed. And if you guys have this iPad at 12.9, you know that it's heavy. So luckily this case doesn't add more weight to it. Well, that much more weight to it. See, it is rubber all the way around. I don't feel like any hard plastic on it. So maybe that's why it doesn't add that much weight to it. But anyways, as far as this case goes, we are all done. That's all I can show you about the case. It's pretty sleek. I can see that you can get some fingerprints on this, which is kind of odd. I wouldn't expect that. But other than that, it looks good. It looks pretty good. I would recommend something like this. Especially if you're looking for cases, look for exactly what I told you. This should be just a little bit above the screen, plus the edges, very important, should be rubber. And those edges should also be a little bit thicker than everywhere else. Although anywhere else could hit the ground, it's always the edges. Anyways, as far as this unboxing goes, that's it. If you guys have any comments, questions, you guys can write down here in the comments area. Don't forget to subscribe and rate. Thank you.